Happy Sunday. How are we all doing today? A little bit different setup, so sorry about the sun over there. I'm just kind of blinded by the light and I can't lower that curtain, so oh well. Today I want to do something a little different, and when you look at the ingredients that I have, you're going to think I've kind of lost it because we have sausage and Reese's mini peanut butter cups. But we are not putting them together. They are going to be they are going to be in two separate things. What I want to do today is a nice little treat, something that everybody seems to be going nuts over these days, and that is stuffed pretzels. But I don't want to do hard crunchy ones. I want to do nice soft pillowy ones, chewy ones like you get at the fair and stuff. So I'm just moving some stuff aside here. Now, when I was looking online how people do these, they've all got special equipment and all these fun things that you and I just aren't going to have and are not going to spend the money on. So I was trying to think of ways to do it on the cheap with things we can either easily get or might already have. So I'm just taking a piece of my dough here. This is the exact same dough we've used in every other recipe. It's our classic pizza dough, but I'm just stretch it out a little bit before we get going here. Like I said, I wasn't going to invest a ton of money in specialized equipment and all that stupid stuff that you're never going to use again, but a lot of people have one of these. Well, it's a tray for ravioli. So I figured, let's see if that'll work. As always, I don't have a rolling pin, so we just use any can or wine bottle that you have lying around. And I want this fairly thin, but not so thin that it's just going to fall apart, because we are going to stretch it more and stuff it more as it goes in a ravioli tray. Now, I'm not using any flour or anything because I don't want that extra flour and stuff on there. That'll just make it gummy. So all I'm doing is just with my fingers pressing in a little bit, trying not to make any holes. And let's start off with our sausage. Always start off with the main course. So just in each little pocket, just putting a little bit of the sausage meat. Now obviously if you have a larger ravioli pan, you can get more in there, but this is a little small bite-sized one. Just like with ravioli, you do want to make sure nothing gets onto the seam, because otherwise they won't close properly. And then when we go to boil them, they're just going to get all watery on the inside. These are just little snacks before the game, or if you're having a little party, something you can toss together. But it's still easier, cheaper than going to Costco and getting their big tub, which is filled with stuff that you really don't know. Like when you consider these pretzels, if they last so long, are going to only be good for about 2 or 3 days, whereas the ones you buy at Costco are going to be good for months, if not years, because there's so many preservatives in them. I do want to put a little piece of cheese on each one, because, well, why not? Piece flew on the floor. So Oh, the dog is going to get a little treat there. You will have to play around with it a little bit because it is going to move. The dough will try and stretch back. And if they aren't perfect, doesn't matter. As long as these things taste good, that's what counts. We aren't going for looks. I'm just going to grab another piece of our dough here. And move this to this. I don't want to send anything flying. And then we're going to roll this out as thin as we can get it. I'm just going to get a general shape here. This doesn't have to be perfect. So again, we're just going to stretch it by hand. We want it large enough that it's going to cover everything we made in our tray. So the tray I've got makes 2 dozen ravioli at a time, little ones. So this has to be long enough to roughly cover that. If when you're stretching it, you get a hole, just patch it up with your fingers, give it a little pinch, and it'll be fine. On top, there you go. Again, trying to make sure everything is sealed up. And you'll see here, there. What I have, we've got a couple of little holes. And just fold over and patch them up. If you get one that really won't close, well, don't worry about it. We're going to have a lot more. Just like any other ravioli tray, you take your rolling pin, keep going over, and you can see how it's cutting the dough off, the extra dough off. This is going to close them all up. If you have a rolling pin, this will be easier, but oh well. There we go. And now, if we are careful, it's not going to work. And you see, this is why we try and do test videos beforehand. They don't always work though. Worked yesterday in the test, but my dough was colder. So, what we'll do is try and roll out another piece of dough to go over that. Improvise time. Let's get a fresh piece of dough. And here's where real life cooking comes in. Not everything works the first time. Put another layer on top. And hopefully this will work. If not, we go to plan B. What's plan B? We scrap this video and we go to the next one. What I'm going to try, considering how well that worked the first time, is I'm actually just going to go and try and cut by hand some of these out and see what happens. As I said, this is what happens when you really cook food. Things stick and don't. Hello everyone and happy Sunday. It's good to see you all again. This is actually the second video we're shooting today because the first one blew up in my face. It didn't work. Yesterday we spent all day testing and trying things and they worked and it was great, and today of course I hit the record button and nothing works. So we are going to try modifying our plan and we're going to cook on the fly here, so this might work, this might not. This might not even see YouTube. Everyone these days is going absolutely nuts for stuffed pretzels, but they're always the hard crunchy ones, and I don't want that. I want the soft chewy ones like you get at the mall and the fair. So what I have here, and unlike the picture that you might have seen, we're sort of changing the ingredients and getting rid of one of them. So what I have here is just a straight piece of our pizza dough that we've used in every other recipe, and some Reese's Minis. What our goal is, and I say it's a goal because the first one, like I said, didn't work, is we want to make pretzel bites. So we want a little bite size or 2-bite thing that we can still cook up like we would a normal soft pretzel, and with any luck, when we boil these, they're going to stay together. And if they do, well, then we're halfway there. If they don't, well, then we're going to a different video altogether. And like I said, this is never going to see the light of day on YouTube. So what we're doing here is we're just laying out some of our pieces so that we know roughly where to cut, and hopefully, like I said, all of this will work. As I've said many times before, this is real cooking, so things don't always work. One for the chef. So what I'm going to do here is just cut roughly in between them. And just start off with a few for now. And we'll take one and we're going to try squish everything all up, make sure it's good and tight. I want to make sure things like this, where it's open on the corner or on any of the seams, is closed, because that is where the water will get in when we boil these, just like you do any other pretzels. At this point, they don't look so much like pretzels, they look more like dumplings. But let's see. I say, I'd asked if you guys want to see what happens when we're testing stuff out and all, and well, I hadn't planned on it, but now you're seeing it, because this is trying to figure something out on the fly. So we're going to have different shapes and everything, but that's okay. We'll start off with like 6. See how that goes. Behind me on the stove, I've got my pot of boiling water, just like we did last time. So in there I've got 1 gallon of water and 4 cups of baking soda, because we have to change that pH to get that nice gloss on the outside. That nice dark brown. So we are down a camera once again, but you can see, well, you'll be able to see once I get out of the way, that we have our pot here of boiling water. We'll take our 6 and fingers crossed. There's only 5 in there, so I've lost one somehow. These are going to cook for about 30 seconds in the water. We just really want... Oh, here's my 2. They stuck together. We just want to form that outside on them. Flip them over so we make sure they're all come out and right onto cookie sheet with some parchment. I will bring all this over so everyone can get a better view instead of the view you have now. So right now, that's hot. So right now we have our boiled dough that seems so far to have stuck together. I'm going to move that to the side. And to help once again get a little bit more brown on them, a little egg wash. Now, with a normal pretzel, of course, here's where you would put your sea salt or something on. But this being a sweet one, I'm not going to worry about that. So for now, hello, there we are. So for now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a quick test bake. If these work, great. If they don't, my oven is set to 450 degrees. These are going to cook for about 10 minutes. We want them to cook just so they're nice and golden brown. So with any luck, in 10 minutes, when this comes back, we're going to have some pretzel bites. We'll see you all in a few. Hello everyone, welcome back. Well, it's been a little bit over 10 minutes. End up cooking up a second batch of them as well. Just want to show you how things that you sometimes have planned don't always work. We've done our pretzels here, and we have 2 different batches. Ones that are pretzel color, but came out really, really hard. And then we have ones that are a little bit lighter, but those are softer. And because we hand sealed them, they did break open. I'm not saying they're still not good. I'm just saying it's not what I'd intended. This is a recipe we are going to come back and revisit. Like I said yesterday when I did these, they came out perfectly. Today, not so much. But that's cooking for you. It happens. So, some of you said you want to see blooper reels. This is the biggest blooper reel of them all. Nothing worked. The same pretzel dough we've used in the past didn't work right. The filling didn't work right. Nothing on it worked. But this is the one good thing with cooking. That even when everything doesn't go as planned, unless it's smoking and on fire, hot. Should have let that cool down a bit more. Unless something is smoking and on fire, you can still eat your mistakes. So, hopefully next time that we do this, everything is going to work right, but today the cards weren't in my favor. So we will keep working on this, we will get it right, and we will revisit this. Like I say, big blooper and big fail number 1. Took 90 videos, but something didn't work, and now you're seeing it. We will do this again. So until next time, my name is Andrew. I am the 5 p.m. chef. And like I said, you asked for bloopers, you got them. We'll see you all next time. Have a great day.